Screw your freedom.
Screw your freedom. Love that one. Thank you, Jolene.
We have put together, I think, the most extensive and inclusive voter fraud organization in the history of American politics. Voter fraud. We have put together voter fraud. We have put together voter fraud.
I mean, could Biden say it any more perfectly than Biden just said it? What is Biden hiding? Folks, it is time for the Prepared Mind show right here. A monologue followed by your Q&A. Get your questions in, and we'll get the show started. So I got a ton of compliments on yesterday's show. It's like, what did I do different? To me, it's I'm always grabbing stuff and talking about it. I was told, though, that, we really hammered all across the topics. I can't duplicate it, folks, but I can just keep being me, and I want you to keep being you. Thank you for all you do, sharing that internet address on YouTube so that people can wake up. And boy, do they need to wake up. This is who is in Washington. Sheila Moron Jackson Lee does it again, right? Her bill, part 2, right, of you can't be white and criticize anyone. She has introduced her bill to criminalize posting on social media any support for white supremacy or any support for replacement theory. Both of these topics are fucking nolo contendo, if you get my Latin drift. They don't matter. It doesn't matter. There's no contest. Because they don't exist. White supremacy? The white supremacists out there are Ku Klux Klan members who are Democrats. And replacement theory, it's a theory. Like an idea, like Antifa's an idea. Good God, these are some stupid people we're dealing with. So, yeah, thank you, Sheila Jackson Lee, as a minority party member. Well, she's a minority in a minority party member, right? Her minority is so small, folks, they don't even have a caucus. She is the dumbest amongst us. And no one wants to join her caucus. They are some of the dumbest people on the planet. Good God. Plus, instead of introducing her stupid ass bill when the Democrats were in charge of both the House of Representatives and the Senate, as well as the White House, she introduces it now when there's no chance in hell. A snowflake has a better chance of rubbing between Satan's butt cheeks and not melting than Sheila Jackson Lee's bullshit legislation. And, man, that was good, huh? A snowflake making it through Satan's butt cheeks and not melting. I thought that was clever. But, okay. All righty. Back to the show. Okay. Now, speaking of stupid, right, down in Australia, the land down under, where I don't even know anymore. I love Aussies when I meet them. In fact, I was talking to an Aussie on the phone the other day about, chemicals that are used to fix problems. Anyways, this guy was pretty smart. His name was Wade. But folks, down in Australia, for the Australian Open, both Russian and Belarusian flags are banned. So this is the pot calling the hypodermic black, right? Aussies, the government there treats citizens, its own people, like prisoners, locks them up, quarantines them, fines them, arrests them. But how dare you wave a piece of fabric? Not allowed. World gone mad, folks. World gone mad. Now, this was a big one. I believe Uman sent it to me, but I was like, hey, I got you. I was like 30 seconds ahead of him. Had a little bit of a tumble on the stock market today because U.S. banking regulators are threatening to break up the too big to manage banks. They used to be too big to fail, but now they're too big to manage. I don't understand why, well, threatening to break up huge mega banks should cause the market to fall, except, right? So Jamie Dimon picks up the phone to Citibank, and then he picks up his other phone to Morgan Stanley and says, okay, look, they want to talk some shit. We'll just fucking tank everything. Let's just show them. Let's just give them a little taste of what's going on, okay? Let's do it. Today we're going to drop the stock market 400 points and really scare the ever-loving piss out of these people. Click, click, right? Unbelievable. What's in your wallet, folks? Or is there about to be a crash? Is a crash about to be announced? And they want to try and blame it on the regulators instead of the banks. Well, anyways, what's in your wallet? And what's in your home safe? I hope you have food, water, shelter, clothing, medicine, and a means of self, click, 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 defense. Because those rascally guys with ideas, Antifa, they're out there. But rather than talk about the bottom of the barrel, let's just segue over into these jackasses, the Davos douches. They're not hiding their belief systems from us anymore. Oh, good golly, they aren't. John Kerry, Ivy League scumbag. John Kerry, Yale University. Dumb as a box of rocks, but somehow got a degree there. John Kerry, the initials are JFK, Democrat. Ran against the other skull and bonesman, George W. Bush, and lost. But he claims this effete, stuck-up pile of shit claims at Davos, at the World Economic Forum, folks, to be, drum roll please, part of a, quote, select group of human beings. See, they're not even attempting to hide it anymore. They're just coming right out and saying, we're better than everyone else. We're select. We're elites. We're better than. Talk about supremacists, folks. It doesn't have anything to do with race, in my opinion. It has to do with money. These overly rich dumbasses have nothing better to do. They're like, well, I got more money than Jacob Fugger. Got more money, if you guys know that reference. Got more money, right, than Nicodemus. So let's just keep trying to run the world. Unbelievable what these people are up to. So it has been a big, big, big day in the news. All over the place. Just a smattering of SHTF nonsense, if you will. So I know you have topics you've heard about. Maybe you were at the water cooler. Maybe you were at lunch. You might have been standing in line at a fast food joint. Or perhaps you were dining and someone at the other table started talking about something that piqued your interest. Get it in a question down below so we can all discuss it. Remember, guys, the questions you put below, if you're on Subscribestar or thepreparedmind.club, we'll talk about it live Monday through Friday. But for everyone over on YouTube, you can put your questions down below. And guess what? People will think. They can answer them and be trolls or answer them and be smartasses or try and legitimately answer them. And I hope that it is the latter and not the former responses that come in. Trolls are just stupid these days. Trolling is passé unless you're really good at it. But leftist trolls, it's like they're putting their own nuts on a cheese grater and rubbing really fast and then going, how do you like that? It's like you're the one that just proved how stupid you are, you fucking ninny. So anyways, get your questions out there. And for here, live, get your questions in now. And we will continue. I get the first 30 minutes, you guys, on this Too Stupid, Too Dumb Tuesday, right? You get to ask questions. What the hell, right? So all these reporters at the White House are just peppering, yelling at the El Presidente, who's also a little too stupid, right? Joe Potato Head, Gigi Biden. Let's go, Brandon. They're shouting questions at him about all of the stolen, unlawfully held, unsecurely stored documents that are hidden in his garage next to his Corvette. He's giving Corvettes a bad name. and elsewhere, they're asking him. And so instead of answering, he just starts laughing. And so I say, thou dost protest with laughter too much, trying to laugh it off. That's just silly. No, asshole. No, they're questions and they need to be answered. But, the truth will get you killed, or it may set you free, at least free of the White House. What is going on, folks? Something is going on. Orlando interrupted my workday. Hey, man, what are you interrupting my workday for? Orlando sent me a little message, and he says, hey, what the hell is going on with Soros and the World Economic Forum and Joe? And I was like, okay, now that someone's asked me that directly, I got to put the old thinking cap on, right? First, I put on my aluminum foil hat. I aligned my antenna to Mercury and I think Uranus, and got my antenna all set up, and I started thinking about it. And there's something going on there, folks, something more than what we formerly thought. So I wanted to kind of talk about it, right? Soros says that he's canceling. He's not going to the World Economic Forum. And so we speculate why. Why? So does this have to do with Biden and his secret documents, the caches that they found, right? Is Soros mad at the World Economic Forum? Is the World Economic Forum throwing Biden under the bus, getting rid of him? He's a useful turd who's no longer useful to them. He's now a liability, and they want to get rid of him. But Soros wants him. Soros needs him. Soros has been funding his his destroy American machine. So is Soros mad at the World Economic Forum? So it's interesting to me that evil now seems to be mad at itself for being evil. So you got these assholes at Davos, and they're undermining constitutions. They're undermining culture. They're shitting and crapping all over our traditions and our laws. And then can we expect them to be nice to each other? Or are they going to undermine each other and shit on each other and destroy each other, right? So Soros is a big player in this game. He's throwing millions and millions of dollars everywhere. So could there be some consequences for pissing him off? I'm thinking, what could be next? What's next? How about major false flag retribution coming? Anyone? What is Soros planning, folks? We know behind the scenes he funds not just presidential candidates, but he funds the lowest scum, local district attorneys. He funds them and pays them money, so then they become judges, and they're in his pocket. He owns them. I'm sure these attorneys who are folks, 95% of them are noteworthy scumbags and would sell their mother for a ham sandwich. Oh, put cheese on that, right? Look out. You're going to get even more. So he owns them, and he's been buying them for years and years and years. I'm sure he sends them probably tickets, airline tickets down to the Caribbean, maybe to Little St. James Island. Who knows? Maybe to other versions of that place where shall we say, control files are started. That's right. They need to get dirt on these people. So not only does he fund them, but then he owns them. He owns their lives and their career. That's the little game. Does George Soros have the ability to attack on a higher level? False flag. I say, stand back. And I say, be prepared. Be prepared. I'm telling you. So now it's time to play. Yes, you guessed it. That's right. Joe Biden has declared you a dangerous threat to this country. Really? You have secret documents next to your Corvette? And now for Take a Wild Freaking Guess, sponsored by the Jim Jones Juice. So there's a pro golfer. Once again, another super athlete. Pro golfer Hank Haney. I have personally never heard of him. Anyways, he wanted to discuss the Jim Jones juice and his continuing illnesses related to the Jim Jones juice. This guy is basically a ding-dong for saying, oh, glad I got it, but at the same time, completely questioning it. The reason I'm bringing this one up is because I really think the Jim Jones juice sends little chunks of stroke-inducing clot into the brain, and it's slowly taking their brains down. Here's a quote from good old Hank, who is a professional golfer. He gets paid money to play golf. He says, quote, I have no regrets getting the Jim Jones juice. Oh, by the way, I have to exchange the word Jim Jones juice for the obvious words I'm not allowed to say because I'm not Dr. Fauci. Right? Anyways, I have no regrets getting the Jim Jones juice. I regret other bad decisions I've made in my life, but not that one. So after that statement, it sounds like he supports getting the Jim Jones juice and he thinks it's a good idea. Or is he being facetious? Is he being satirical? Is he being a smartass? Because then he says this, I just wish I never got it. Cerveza bug 3 times after the Jim Jones juice, and I've nothing but sick since. I guess I should be happy. Haven't had a stroke yet. I don't know whether he's a dumbass or a smartass. Right? I have no regrets, but I'm sick all the time. I continue to get cerveza bug, and I'm a sick, miserable bastard, but at least I haven't had a stroke or a fucking heart attack or pulmonary failure or anything. Wow, folks. Take a wild guess what is affecting his thinking. Maybe this was his way of getting his opinion out there while still kind of sounding like he's all for it. Give me more of that. I want to be sick all the time. No, I don't think so. I don't. I really don't. Okay. Okay. So the Republicans are finally starting to act like they're running Congress. Finally. It's like, okay, are you guys just going to bark, run to the end of your chain and bark some more, you bunch of losers, right? Republicans are calling double standard, right? Meaning you're a bunch of fucking hypocrites. Why don't they come out and call them what they are, the Democrats? Hypocrites. The rhinos are hypocrites. Hypocrites. Well, they just want to say, that's a double standard. No, they're fucking lying hypocrites. Anyways, the hypocritical over the Biden classified document, hypocrisy. Because, yeah, let's go after Trump, but not Biden. So, once again, folks, I'm going to call on the new Speaker of the House, Kevin McCarthy, Republican rhino leader out of California. Where are you, pal? Wake up. Why aren't you doing something? Why aren't you in front of cameras screaming and yelling your heads off? Especially you, McCarthy. I think he's just waiting for the dust to settle, the smoke to clear, and to screw everyone over once again. Until he proves me otherwise, that is his fucking track record, and I have no compunction in pointing it out. I'm not the one in Congress. I'm not the one who's supposed to be doing things that are good for the country by oath. I do it because it's who I am. So, there it is. There it is, right? Oh, by the way, I haven't talked much about World War III lately. Well, Putin, that's right, evil Putin. Ooh, evil Putin, Russia's leader. Ooh, he is bragging out there. He's all giddy and shit over the positive momentum that Russia has gained in Ukraine, and that his economy, folks, right? He is very positive and optimistic about the stable economy of Russia. It's because Europe continues to buy their energy at exorbitant costs. Russia's making more money now than ever. Thank you, Europe, for your stupid sanctions. All you've done is make Russia a much more comfortable place to live. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Uh-oh. Shoot, I've got so much shit to talk about. Let's go back here, right? This was an interesting one. High-priced hookers have been called into Davos for high-powered leaders at the World Economic Forum meeting. I guess they need to bring hookers in so these fossils have something to get excited about rather than stroking themselves over their piles of money. Got to keep those fossils excited. Send in the hookers. Interesting. Is prostitution illegal? Is prostitution legal in Switzerland? I don't know. Shit, I have no idea. But apparently the high dollar escorts, right? They're there just for the turn down service, right? They're there to help, right? Unbelievable. Yeah. Let's see. I thought about this. I saw this today that describing what's going on with Biden. It's a new game called Biden Seek. Right? He's playing Biden Seek with secret documents. Where are they going to find them next? I want to know, right? I want to know. But there's another thing going on with Biden that I thought was really important. He took his tax documents, his tax statements, his tax returns. He took them off of his webpage. Well, yeah, but also the timing is interesting. He took them off 3 weeks before the FBI raided Mar-a-Lago, Trump's estate. Why? What's Biden hiding? Right? Maybe he's made some claims on his income, on his tax statements that don't jive with the amount of information that's in all those documents, which are, well, coming to the public's attention. You see, if Joe is as stupid as we think he is, and he's proven himself to be, he's probably broken numerous campaign finance laws, probably extortion laws, bribery laws, violations of oath of office, right? How many, right? Doing dirty deals with China, doing dirty deals with Russia, doing dirty deals with Ukraine. And somebody has all of his bank statements. Probably the FBI. Probably, I bet Ruby Rod has a good idea. I bet creepy elf Peter Strzok knows a thing or two about Biden. And so he's got to start hiding his tax stuff. Right? There's something going on, folks. There is a huge power shift behind the scenes. If I was a better smartass, I would probably say, trust the plan. Trust the plan. How's that, man? All right. There's no plan, folks. Right? It's every man for himself, including the 18,000 Amazon workers who have been fired. They're calling it layoff. Well, John, I just wanted to let you know you've been laid off. Yeah, we really think you're a key employee and we're sorry to see you go. They said that to 18,000 people. Biggest layoff ever. So once again, Amazon destroys mom and pop, destroys Barnes and Noble, destroys every retailer out there it can. Even so much trying to take down Walmart even and Target by stealing their business. And now they're laying people off. First, you fuck over everyone, and then you lay everyone off. And robots are working harder than ever. Robots don't need a cigarette break. Robots don't need time off. They can work 24/7. Robots, you asked for it, world. You got it. What is this saying? What is this saying about 18,000 workers? Is the economy slowing down? Is there not enough disposable income out there for people to buy their shit off of Amazon? Unbelievable. Let's keep an eye on this, folks. Another huge recession indicator. Huge recession indicator. Look out. Not good. Now, the other day, someone asked me about the automobile that I traverse the highways in. And they said, well, compare that to the truck. And one of the things I brought up was you get a flat tire and you're toast no matter what you're in. And I realized I made an error in that statement. Or rather, I should say, it was an incomplete statement, and there's more information to be revealed. If you have a truck with very large wheels and you put tires on it that have a narrow sidewall, you might be able to get run flats. With automobiles, you can get run flats. So when I do my bodyguard work, my transportation of very important persons, the run flats do allow the car to take a bullet in every wheel and continue to ride down the road like it don't matter. I think I got 50 miles or something like that before they just shred. So yeah, there is some advantage to having an automobile in SHTF. Right, you have big old balloon tires. Yeah, they can be popped pretty good. But anyways, I just thought I would make that point to finish providing some excess information. And speaking of that, let's move on. Speaking of excess, this name has been given to the little twerp, the Swedish climate brat. That's right. None other than Greta the Grinch Thunberg. She's still being held by the German police, but now she's being called a climate brat. I thought that was just fucking hilarious. Like I said, the more information you have, the more fun it gets. You got to laugh at these people, what they're doing. And one of these days, folks, while sitting right here in the Prepared Mind bunker, I'm going to get a syndicated show agreement with some company to do this show live and be put in a better media source than YouTube. But for now, right, we're deep. We're underground news, right? Not like Taboo 7, but, still underground news because I'm under the ground. And as I roll out and end my half hour, and we're getting to your questions, so questions down below, please. Get your questions into Jolene. It's almost your time. I want to talk about some more satire, some more smartassitude. Elon Musk mocked the World Economic Forum. He's mocking the Davos douches. And he says, hey, master the future? That doesn't sound ominous at all. Number one, he's kind of making fun of him. And number two, he's making fun of him. So kind of a satire alert, right? And again, I'll criticize Musk and I'll applaud Musk when he does something right or something I think is correct. But there was an article called Davos is a grift and a cult, but it's also a bid for global domination. So Musk responded to that, right? Saying, the World Economic Forum does kind of give me the willies, though, but I'm sure everything is fine, right? And then it's got some eyeballs going, oh, shit, right? Yeah. Master the future doesn't sound ominous at all. So how is the World Economic Forum and Davos even a thing? Are they trying to be the boss of the earth? I mean, Musk is just toying with these fucks. Now, not that he's going to hurt them. Not that anything bad is going to happen to them. But by Musk addressing the World Economic Forum, he's bringing it to the attention of people who have no idea what it is or what they say. Right? I can sit here and scream at the top of my lungs, and I'll only, best move, 100,000 people hear what I have to say. But if Elon Musk mentions World Economic Forum, even in a kind of a smarmy, half-assed, half-witted thing, all of a sudden, millions and millions will hear. They'll go, World Economic Forum, master the future, what's that about, right? He raises public awareness of its existence, and a smart person, and there's a few of them, but not many, the smart people are going to ask themselves, should I look into that some more? What is that all about? And that's really what I want is awareness, right? Be aware, be prepared. We're at the halfway mark of the show. And I think now, as much as any other time, is a good time to do our Q&A, the question and answer transition. Thank you again, Mr. T, for the great work. I wonder if it's time for a new Q&A transition. Well, I don't have one, so we're going to go with the old one.
Are you ready?
All right. Jolene, I bet you're having a great day. I know I'm having a great day. Who do we want to put up first? Who has some topic? And it is none other than Do Stuff with Nikki. She says prostitution has been legal in Switzerland since the 40s. That would be the 1940s. That's terrific. That's terrific. Good for them. I really think, and I know this is a very, very, how do we say this? It's a very controversial subject. And to take the opinion that prostitution should be legal, I think it's very controversial. But let me put it to you this way. There's a lot of stupid people out there. And if they could pay for a piece of ass rather than procreating with the first pig that they find that's as dirty as them, and then knocking said pig up and having lots of little piglets between the two of them, wouldn't it be better if a lot of these people weren't having kids? When we only had smart people procreating? Instead, we have the dumbest amongst us going, well, I got to go put it in something, so I'm going to go get me some barfly somewhere and knock her up. Well, there we are. Anyways, that's my 2 cents on that. I don't have a problem with prostitution. Maybe if they were the only ones with venereal disease and everyone else was clean, I'd be like, hey, they're causing a problem. But we've got what? We've got monkeypox going and spreading through the entire orgy-tastic gay community. And we're really supposed to worry about prostitutes. Right, you want to go to a bar and pick up some floozy or some meathead dude, you're probably going to bring home more than just them. You're going to bring home everything that's creeping and crawling on them, right? You know what I'm saying to you? So how bad could a prostitute be compared to what's out there roaming roaming the halls of Tinder? Eesh, that's kind of creepy. Anyways, special thanks goes out to Heidi for a great birthday present. Thank you, Heidi. And let's do this. That topic went flat. It went limp. Oh my gosh, prostitution. Thank you, Nikki, for always making me laugh. And Jolene, who do we want to roll up next? Lots of room for questions, folks. There's always room for more questions because we need to have questions so we can get answers. So David says they want to get rid of Biden so they can install someone so bad it's unthinkable. This will seemingly explain the collapse of the country. Oh, this would be interesting. I'm going to roll with this, David. I'm going to roll with it. So, Joe Biden was here saving the world. God bless Joe Biden, doing the Lord's work, right? Making sure everyone has access to abortions, keeping that southern border open, spending money like it's nobody's business, no accountability, right? Joe Biden is doing a great job, and all of a sudden, those rascally Republicans planted all of that information, right? It's a frame job, and they got good old poor Joe Biden kicked out of office. And we got stuck with Kamala Harris, and she ruined everything. And so we're going to blame the Republicans and Trump for the State of the Union, right? Everything was just fine with Biden. And it's incredible, folks. I have friends tell me what their Democrat friends tell them, right? That they're blessed to be living at such a great time in American history. That, well, yeah, the inflation's kind of high, but they're happy to pay that higher price to keep America going. The excuses, folks, the mind-bending gymnastics that are being just spouted everywhere to support what is going on is incredible. And then, of course, to blame everything, and I mean every fucking thing, on Trump and the Republicans, on you, right? How dare you, you law and order, moral, decent, constitutional, God-fearing American, how dare you, right, try and bring this country down. They had to get the climate brat. How dare you? Fucking morons, all of them. Anyways, hey, folks, go take a look. Go up topside, spin the little lock on the hatch, flip the lid open on your bunker, take a look out there. See what the hell is going on. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But there is an answer. There is an answer. It's called fighting back. Now, there's a Republican in the House of Representatives, and he's actually going to run for Senate. Well, okay, so anyways, he is running an anti-woke platform. Anti-woke. I think it's fucking brilliant. See, the Republicans give you something to vote for, right? Save America. The Democrats are like, destroy Trump. That's our platform. Okay. So this Republican, Representative Jim Banks from Indiana, he wants to go anti-woke. I think it's brilliant. Anyways, he's also going to form a new caucus in the House to take on wokeness across the country, folks, because he says it is the greatest domestic threat to America today. I'll agree with that statement in so much and as far as what he is saying, the average Yahoo on the street, they're exposed to wokeness. So it affects more people, right, at the grassroots. You have wokeness coming out of corporations, this woke idiot attitude. It's destroying companies. It's destroying stock values, but they don't care. Fuck it. They want to destroy America. So go woke. It is a domestic threat, but I don't know if it's the greatest domestic threat. I think the greatest domestic threat to the United States of America is none other than the Washington, D.C. government. It is the greatest domestic threat to America today, because without it, the entire anti-America theme would collapse, except in the smelliest of strongholds like California, Illinois, New York, and Democrat cities. The rest of the country, folks, you've seen the map. It looks like a sea of red with a couple of blue dots along the coastlines. So anyways, Jim Banks, Representative Jim Banks, announced Friday that he's going to create the first ever anti-woke caucus. That is, if you're a Republican and you believe in America and our culture, traditions, values, laws, etc., then you should be anti-woke. So you've got to join this caucus, right? Kind of like all of the black representatives that are part of the black caucus. It's also Black Democrat caucus, but hey, what the hell? Anyways, he wants to take on political correctness. This is fucking fabulous. 30 years after political correctness reared its ugly head publicly, we're finally having an anti-political correctness group come in, right? Now, this is interesting. Jim says that the woke people, the political correct group, the PC types, have formed a type of tyranny that is changing America through indoctrination. Correct. I mean, he knows what he's talking about. It's just, what is he going to do, right? Is he going to be able to reverse this indoctrination and take it on? Well, I don't think he can do a fucking thing, folks. You know who can do it? You. Everyone in America can stop being afraid and start speaking up and speaking your truth and your facts and your beliefs. Sheila Jackson Lee can stuff it, right? She can put it in her crack pipe and smoke all of her bullshit. You can't criticize minorities if you're white, right? Just stupid shit like that, right? Coca-Cola saying, try not to be so white. Really? Teaching kids to hate their parents and their country. That's all a bunch of political correct bullshit, and it is tyrannical. So once again, we have the anti-woke caucus. Will the new Speaker of the House, General McCarthy, is he going to support this caucus? Or will he threaten them like other Republicans that he doesn't approve of? Will Speaker of the House McCarthy support the anti-woke caucus? I need to know, because if he's not willing to support that, you see, woke hates America. Woke hates America. Woke hates American values. Woke hates our multicultural existence. It wants to dominate and kill aspects of it. So it is not multicultural. It is monolithic in nature, right? It is anti-American. That's what their culture is. They don't want any pro-America. There's no other opinions allowed. That's why they want to get rid of white people having opinions, so that only the people in charge of woke can tell people what to talk about. Right? Is McCarthy going to support this caucus, or will he threaten them, ignore them, let them get crapped on and destroyed? I'm waiting for the phone. I'm waiting for the phone to ring, right? Ring, 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 ring. Hello, this is John, Prepared Mind. How can I help you today? Representative Speaker McCarthy. So good to hear from you. Yes. Yeah, I'll tell you what, Kev. You get to refer to me by some high grandiose title. I don't care if you're Speaker of the House. I don't care if you think you're science. You and Dr. Fauci share that. By the way, are you living with a Democrat, another man? How old are you? You're living with another man on your salary? Are you guys a little bit fruity at night? Do you shower together? What's going on with you guys? Okay, I know that's probably a little too personal for you, even though you get after other people and destroy their lives over their personal beliefs. Oh, that's all changing. You're the new Kevin McCarthy. What'd you do? You stopped taking stupid pills? Huh? I tell you what, Speaker, you got some fucking work to do. You're not impressing me. You haven't impressed me yet. Because calm down there. Stop crying. Pick up the handkerchief, blow your nose, get it together. Now listen to this. You don't just get to make claims. No, you have to back it up with real actions. You have to be a man. That's right. Sniff, sniff. Suck it up, big boy. There you go. Suck it up, Buttercup. You got this. Now, you need to do more than just talk. You need to take action. You don't get to be friends with the Democrats. They're not friends with you. They keep saying, my good friend Kevin McCarthy. They don't mean that. Don't be stupid now. Put down the stupid pills. Step away from them. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you a letter explaining to you from the moment you get up how to put on your shoes and socks, right? You pull up your big boy pants. Okay. You get yourself some Pop-Tarts and a bowl of Wheaties, and you go to work and start being a fucking American for once. All right. Bye, Kev. Bam. I haven't done one of those in a long time. I really haven't. Okay. I hope you enjoyed that. Jolene, who wants to step on up and have a little go at it? Ooman says, interesting. Now let's take one step further. Kamala steps down or is ineligible. McCarthy gets speaker. McCarthy as speaker gets installed as president. And there's your Republican scapegoat, meaning everything's collapsing and falling to shit. And McCarthy's in the seat now, and he gets to be the GOAT. Not the greatest of all time, but the GOAT. Bleh. And I just shit all over McCarthy anyways, huh? That is clever, interesting. Clever, interesting, Ooman. Kamala. Is she really an American? Right? Maybe she doesn't want to step up. Maybe she likes it down on the floor on her knees. I don't know. Just saying. Just saying. Yep. But the Republican in the White House, McCarthy, the number 3 man, right? Third string quarterback. Maybe they would put, let's go a little further. McCarthy steps down. They nominate Trump. Trump gets voted in as Speaker of the House, and then he becomes president and adopts all this. Trust the plan. Where we go one, we go all. Right? This is how this works. No matter what, folks, someone's going to claim they knew it all along. I don't know a lot of stuff, what's going on. I just know they're really, really, really fucked up. I don't think Kamala wants to be president. I really don't. I think she is the reluctant vice president, like so many are. They're like, ooh, got put in a VP spot. I'm going to be dogged the rest of my life as being number 2. And when you go to the bathroom, folks, you know what number 2 is. It's shit. All righty, Jolene, where do we want to go next? Next. It is the slim one. And he steps up and he says, I so feel that we live in a transgender dictatorship. and that heterosexuals have no rights, comparatively speaking, as they continue to appoint their own kind into positions of power. Oh, it is awful, folks. Look at all of the transgenders that Biden has put into his cabinet. Do you or do you not think that these people are overrepresented? The highest appointed one, Rachel Levine, isn't she General Rachel Levine, some sort of health administration? I can't remember which bureaucracy she's the queen of. Even though I think she has testicles. Rachel Levine. Yeah, she wasn't getting laid as a man, so she's trying to be a woman. Anyways, thinks kids should be protected from their parents so that they can get transgender therapy, drugs, surgery, etc., etc. What part of that is responsible? As in morally responsible? What part of that belief system is pro-America? What part of that belief system is good for children's minds and psyche? Can you imagine going to school? Okay, let me do this. I'm going to think back to 1976, second grade, 1976. Let me think of a good friend of mine, Jose. My friend Jose, he was a cool dude. I lived in Morgan Hill, just south of San Jose, out in the country. And my friend Jose and we used to play a lot. What if I came over to Jose's house one time and knocked? I was like, hey, can Jose come out and play? And what if his mom came to the door and said, no, it's not Jose anymore. It's Josefina. I'd be like, no, yesterday we were playing baseball. His name is Jose. And what if Jose came to the door wearing a dress? He had little curls in his hair and a little pink bow, and said, hey, John, I decided I'm going to be a girl. What do you think that would tell me in my head? Right? First grader, second grader, third grader. Don't you think that would be very destructive? You see, there's certain things we can rely on in this world. Right? The sun goes up, the sun goes down. It gets hotter in the summer, it gets cooler in the winter. If you don't eat often enough, you start feeling hungry. If you eat too much, you get fat. There's certain things you can count on. One of the things is when you go to take a piss, you look down, and it's the same set of genitals you had the last time you had that same feeling between your legs, right? Whether you got an innie or an outie, you got to go pee. You can count on that. Now, not so much. You can show up at school or even at church, and they're just all accepting of this garbage. How is that good for children and their psyche? How is that good for America? So Biden, the Biden administration, the bureaucracy in Washington, D.C., which is corrupt and perverted beyond anyone's comprehension unless you really know. And even as little as 3 years ago, I had no idea how fucked up D.C. was. Well, to the degree it is now, but we're starting to learn as army officers from the Pentagon dress in their uniform and wear dog masks. Pup handlers, they're pups, right? And we have bald-headed freaks working in the Nuclear Regulatory Committee, and they're stealing thousands of dollars in luggage and personal property at airports. And you have it's disgusting, in my opinion, disgusting. Do what you want in your closet, right? But when you go to work, you're supposed to represent America. Fucking yo-yos. But they love shitting on America, folks. They do. And I will give you some examples, right? Rachel Levine, one picture, one day looks like a man. The next day, all made up, looking like a disgusting woman. Right? The bald freak who has now been arrested and is being charged with felony theft for stealing women's luggage, intentionally stealing their luggage at airports. Bald-headed fruitcake, right? Who is a pup handler. He brags openly, like so many of these fuckheads do, that he dresses provocatively. and strangely in women's clothes, going public with his shaved head, right? Just to get a rise out of people. Just to freak them out. The same way Mr. Pup Handler Army officer wore his little pup handler, I'm a pup mask in his Army uniform. It's to degrade the uniform, to degrade America, to bring America down, to make a mockery of it, our country, to stand in front of the American flag looking like that intentionally. They want America destroyed, folks. It's not an accident. It truly isn't. Enough of that. I'll get off my high horse and go, okay, Jolene, let us move on. We've got Sally Sue. And she says, I don't want to name names, but a certain prepper channel on YouTube has theorized that Biden sold the U.S. to Mexico, and now we're just North America, no more United States and Mexico. I don't care if you name names or not. Yeah, they're trying or talking about this North American Union thing. Canada and the U.S. and Mexico are joining in some sort of North American blah, blah, blah organization. It's not the United States of North America. Mexico and Canada aren't going to be the 51st and 52nd states. But signing a treaty has to be ratified by the Senate. I believe it takes a supermajority to do so. And it only can become the law of the land in so much and insofar as it does not violate the terms of the Constitution. And our Constitution, folks, does not guarantee a democracy. It guarantees a republic, a republican form of government. Anytime the government tries doing something that violates what makes our country a republic and turns it more into a democracy, that's unconstitutional. Therefore, it is null and void on its face. Ipso facto, nunc pro tunc, take it and shove it in your asses. You cannot join America with Mexico and take away our constitutional republic. You can't supersede my rights just because you're in Washington, D.C. So, anyways, thank you, Sally Sue. It's an interesting topic. Now, way back under President George W. Bush, right? 2000, 2008, that guy. Or 2001 to 2008. George W. Bush, there was the talk of uniting America and Mexico and Canada with the transnational superhighway, and the currency was going to be the Amero, kind of like Europe has the euro. We were going to get the Amero, and the people produced the coins and paper money that was supposedly going to be what we were going to get for currency. And there was a big scare for it. In Texas, they had this superhighway crossing the border, and that got basically stumped and shot down. They're trying. I mean, don't put it past them. They'll try all of this crap. And it's up to you and me to remind them. You have your oaths. And I will remind you, I read off, right, exactly what I wrote to my congressman. Right? I wrote to a congressman and let him know, this is what I think, buddy. This is what I think you should be doing. You want to learn from me about this country? You know, there's a lot of us that know exactly. And I think that is posted somewhere on the club, somewhere on Subscribestar, somewhere on Facebook, or maybe all of those, so that people can cut and paste. Send that to your congressman. Send it to your senators. Send it to everybody that you can put an address on that's in Washington, D.C. All right. Jolene, we're down to our last 5 minutes. Let's see if we can finish everyone up. And it is Brandon. He says, Americans need to realize the powers that be wish to thin the herd for wealth and power grabs. It's all run by the promise of money, fame, secret societies blackmailing each other into silence and obedience. No doubt, folks, it is the super wealthy fighting amongst themselves for seats of power that they think are now immunized against prosecution. In other words, they think they're above the law. So yes, these secret societies battle against each other. Okay, secret societies, huh, John? I think of Illuminati as this megalithic organization that encompasses and includes all these other groups like the Trilaterals, the Bilderbergs, Council on Foreign Relations, Club of Rome, the Davos douches. I'm sure, right? There's more than just that, and the Bohemian Grove and other fruitcake organizations out there. But yeah, they all promise themselves money and fame and power. And they're blackmailing each other. They're harassing each other. They're screwing each other because they see it's all up for grabs. They see that the entire system in America, and indeed the world, is up for sale to the highest bidder or the most evil bastard. Are you prepared to deal with the consequences as they make their little dreams come true? Are you prepared? It's a simple yes or no question. Now, how prepared? That's a technical question. What are you prepared with? That's a technical question. But are you prepared is a simple question. Right? If you say, yes, I'm prepared, great. What can you do to improve your preparations? Are you considering, right, your state issues? Are you considering just local issues when shit goes haywire exceptionally bad? Do you think we're going to just sit in this cesspool conundrum of crap where the country just gets drugged through the mud and we have an economic depression? Oh, it's nasty out there, folks. Nasty indeed. Okay, Jolene, let's do this. I think we got another one up there. Who wants to speak? Speak up loudly. It's Steve. He says, it seems that our decay spiral keeps accelerating. Yeah, it does. Because every time I think they can't get any lower, they prove me wrong. Right? We thought we were going to deal with Rachel Levine. They gave us Mr. Pup Handler. We thought we were done with pup handlers. We found out that it's infected the entire fucking Pentagon. Right? We thought, well, we've exposed them and what they're doing to our children, grooming them. They turn it up a fucking notch and start doing public. Not just drag queen story hour, but hey, kids, come to an all ages drag queen show. And we thought, okay, that's going to be the end of it. And then we find out that they're actually letting children touch them and rub them, that they're exposing their nude, disgusting, filthy bodies to children in a sexualized manner, which is, by the way, illegal. We thought, okay, they're done. We caught them. That's enough. They can't go any lower. Lo and behold, they come out and start this minor attracted persons. Oh, I'm not a pedophile. I'm a minor attracted person. That makes it fine. Because I came up with some flowery language to make it sound like, yeah, it's just a regular thing, you know. Well, it's not. When I thought when they were done with that, they're like, no, we want to normalize this. We don't just want you to accept the fact that we're out here, but we want society to normalize it. We're going to institutionalize the concept in our education system, colleges, then high schools, then grade schools. And we thought, okay, we got you. You can't go any lower. And the other day, what? Teachers exposed, sending the entire school, everyone, right? Sexually explicit photos. It's like, okay, these people don't quit. That is accelerating, Steve. And they're not going to quit until they bring everything down and crush and destroy it. Protect your children. Protect your family. Protect yourself. Protect your job. Protect your place of work from these fucking fruitcakes. They're going to go bad, folks. It's going to get nasty, nasty, nasty. How nasty, how fast, where, I don't know exactly. I don't know. But I want to end with this. Japan's medical experts, guess what? They're confused. They're mystified, folks. They're baffled because of all of the cerveza bug deaths that are happening in Japan, despite the fact that they have a very high Jim Jones juice percentage. The rate of people getting Jim Jones juice in Japan is huge. And now they can't seem to understand why people are dying from it. What happened to the brilliant intellectual Japan that I grew up around, grew up hearing about on the West Coast? Didn't they read the reports from England like you and I did? Didn't they read the reports, the VAERS reports here in America? Haven't they heard the CDC and other health-related groups come out and say, yeah, it doesn't. The Jim Jones juice does not stop you from spreading it. It doesn't protect you from getting it. And in fact, it doesn't really do anything about reducing the symptoms. What it does do is make you more prone to getting it again and again and again and again, much like our good buddy, the golfer. And not only do you get the Jim Jones juice cerveza bug bonus, but you also have your entire immune system shutting down. Shutting down. Shutting down. I thought my good friends, the Japanese, were smarter than that. Apparently, they've succumbed to Western stupidity. Unbelievable, folks. Hey, chance favors the prepared mind. Is yours. Semper Fi means always faithful. Godspeed and good luck to everyone in getting prepared for what is coming. And coming it is.